What is up, cool kids? My name's Gavin, I'm that cool trainer, and there's been so much Pokemon news over the last couple days. See, I would normally do my welcome, to the news whole spiel, but I forgot my dress clothes at home, and I'm clearly at school if you pay attention to the channel at all. So I didn't think it would be appropriate for me to do it without wearing my shirt and tie. So we're just going through it pretty standard style. So there's been huge amounts of news within the last probably day and a half, including a Nintendo Direct that ended literally 7 minutes ago, and I've been sort of putting my thoughts together into what I want to make for this video. So with that, let's get to it. I want to start with some news that came out on Monday. What was Monday? Monday the 11th. If that dates this a little bit, sorry, I'm filming this on the Wednesday. So the Direct, Wednesday. The Direct just happened, obviously. So there is. I'll just switch over to Cerebi. Move my big old face out of here. It's right here. See if I can't zoom that in. So there's a Silvally event. A shiny Silvally event. Various posting material have been found. It's in Japan only. Who knows? I mean, it's via serial code. So I don't know. I don't really know how serial code distributions work, really. But they'll be holding a gold bottle cap. That's pretty nice. I don't really know how serial code works. I don't think they'll be able to be used in American games, but don't quote me on that. Somebody will know. Somebody correct me if they know. What else we have? Unimportant. This is really important. So they have put out a lot of new news regarding all of the Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma stuff. And this came out from CoroCoro on Tuesday. So the first images from CoroCoro have leaked and have revealed the latest news on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. As always, do note translations are preliminary while we work on them. Image confirms that the forms shown on box are fusions of Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma when Necrozma absorbs the other Pokemon. I thought, I read this yesterday, and I thought it was really, really important that it says when Necrozma absorbs the other Pokemon, not like fuses with or combines with, because to me absorbs implies some kind of malicious intent, like it's doing it for itself and not necessarily. So I know there was some theories, maybe like you needed the boosted power from like the fusion of Necrozma and Solgaleo or Lunala to like beat whatever you're trying to beat in the game. Like in Sun and Moon, it would be the fusion of Nihilego and Lusamine. But that does not appear to be the case. Based on this and based on some footage from the Direct, which I will not show because you're not allowed to show Nintendo Direct footage, but we will just do it in like kind of stop motion. Let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, the Solgaleo form is called Necrozma Mane of Twilight, and Lunala's is Necrozma Wings of Dawn. And I believe they correct that a little bit in the Direct. I believe that it called them like Necrozma Twilight Mane form and Necrozma Dawn Wings form. I believe that's what it said. And it can use, much like Kyurem Black and White, it can use the signature move of either of them. It did not say a typing though, because like how Kyurem Black and White, they stay Kyurem's typing, whether it will stay pure Psychic type or whether it will be Psychic Ghost and Psychic Steel respectively. Did not say. It also came out that Lycanroc will have its own special Z move. It did not release anything about the Z move other than it is called Radial Edge Storm, which requires Lycanroc to have the move Stone Edge. Secondary effect is that it can eliminate terrain effects. That is insane. Lycanroc just got 10 times more viable in VGC, in my opinion, depending on Lycanroc Dusk Form's stats. Sorry if my throat sounds a little scratchy, I'm still a little bit sick. But yeah, it can remove terrain effects, which is insane to me. can work on all forms of Lycanroc as well, not just Dusk form. So, Midnight form is a little bit bulkier. I think it's a little better suited to VGC than Midday form is. However, VGC 2018 is going to have all new rules. It'll really depend. Can work on all forms of Lycanroc. It also confirms Lycanroc will have the ability Own Tempo, which is currently available only from the distribution. That's not super important. That's not a good ability. And can evolve into Dusk form Lycanroc only between 5 and 6 p.m. at level 25. So it's not even like you get the one from the distribution and you just level it up whenever, and it turns into Lycanroc Dusk. You have to do it between 5 and 6 p.m. Only those Lycanroc can evolve into Dusk form Lycanroc. Yep, and it does talk about the shiny Silvally thing. Celebi distribution. This was in the I didn't notice this, but they did talk about it in the Direct as well. But in the Direct, they talked about Gold and Silver coming out on the 22nd, which is 9 days from now. That is on a week from Friday. So you'll be able to get Celebi as a gift, which is super dope because Celebi is not a super easy Pokemon to come by. They did give it out through Pokemon Bank, and I still have that one, but it's always nice to have different event Celebis, which I think is pretty cool. So we have some new... I think this new 2DS XL looks really dope. I'm not going to get it because I don't have money, but I think it looks really cool. Now we get into some Direct stuff. Let's see if that has loaded yet. It has not, probably because there's a million people trying to watch this right now. So you know what? I will try and let that load, and I will see you in just a second. Alright, so I was not able to get the Nintendo Direct itself to load, or the segment on their website, but I found this on Cerebi as well. And I watched it, and it has everything that I wanted to talk about in regards to Pokemon that the Direct had, so we're just going to take a look at that. So let's see what else we got. Necrozma takes over. And as soon as like when I saw this part in the Direct, I was spot on yesterday. So this goes through Necrozma, does the normal stuff. Its type, its ability, its signature move, whatever. Solgaleo, I don't know why I said Solgaleo. Yeah, that's not going to go away, but it says Necrozma. Let me just move this, like, here. You know, I'm just going to get rid of that. You don't need to see my face. So it says, Necrozma captures Solgaleo and Lunala. That didn't help. I don't know why I thought that would work. Captures Solgaleo and Lunala. And if I could show you this footage, I would, because it's insane. Maybe I can... No. So it shows it huge as well. Man, I wish I could drag, but it's not gonna work. See, look at that. Look at that. It's just huge. I don't know, first of all, why Necrozma's that big. Maybe they're just doing it for effect. Maybe there's something actually going on. I don't know. But it shows it chomping them right up. I just made a hand motion, but I realized you couldn't see it. And then it shows them in Necrozma Dusk Mane form and Dawn Wings form. And then it actually goes through and shows them using the exclusive move of Solgaleo and Lunala. Sorry, like I said, I'm still pretty sick. And personally, I wasn't sure how I felt about, the Necrozma forms. And like the armor, I guess, on Solgaleo and Lunala, but I guess now it is technically Necrozma. I can say that now. But I now actually kind of like it, watching it do their signature moves. I think it's really great. No, oh yeah, then it shows this part right here, with them basically attacking Necrozma at the altar of the sun or moon, and I'm pretty sure oh yeah, this part was insane. So. Whatever one, if you're playing Moon, you have Lunala. If you're playing Sun, it's Solgaleo. They tackled Necrozma into the big tower thing, and then they come out of it like that, like something out of Harry Potter with a Death Eater and Order of the Phoenix person. I know crossing fandoms, I know. But that was, honestly, I thought that was like the most epic scene I've ever seen in my life. Is there a better view of that at all? Not really. Bummer. Alright, so then we have Ash Hat Pikachu. You also get a decent like view of some of the new clothing in this trailer as well. There's a new area, it looks like, where it's kind of like a surfer's beach. You can see this one right here has like the pattern of a Pyukumuku. This one, I feel like they all are supposed to be something. This one might be like a lantern, just because of like the color of blue and the color of yellow. I don't know what these two would be. The only thing I can think of with this would be maybe Gorbis, and then I don't know what the what that last one would be. And then, okay, this one, I guarantee this little scene is going to get some people up in arms. Because basically, what happens here is it shows like your character bending over and like talking with Pikachu, then standing up and doing this little twist thing that you see it doing. And then the Pikachu being like, oh, what? I can spin too. So I guarantee everybody's just going to be like, yo, following Pokemon now, blah 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 blah. I wish it were happening, I really really do, but I don't think it's going to. So sorry. Especially like if this were in the middle of nowhere, I would 100% agree that that is sort of what it looks like. But in an area where you have like a Pikachu, I think it's a camper. Yeah, you can see there's a propane tank and a hitch right there. That's a camper. And then all these Pikachu all over the place. And then that looks, I didn't notice this. This person right here, she sort of looks like she's wearing the clothes of the trial guides. Huh, that's interesting. That's definitely something to pay attention to, maybe when the game comes, or maybe if they show anything in between then. Because this doesn't really look like a place where they would have a trial, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I did only play through Sun and Moon once, but I believe all the trial guides were larger men, not to put it too bluntly, instead of a colored woman. So I think good on you, Nintendo, being diverse. So then Pikachu's happy, sure. Oh yeah, then it goes into more about the not like Rockruff distribution. Special Rockruff gift for purchasing early, which luckily I did. So couple things. This clearly shows that, I mean, this is the power saver in me talking, but it shows that they're not EV or nature locked, which is kind of nice. And I know power saving, cheating, bad, whatever. Sue me. Just because they have different stats at level 10, they're both different natures. If you have Pokemon Sun, it comes with Fire Fang. If you have Pokemon Moon, it comes with Thunder Fang. So I got Pokemon Moon. I think Fire Fang's better coverage, personally, for like competitive, because Kartana exists, and you already have Rock type moves to cover Flying types. And it doesn't get Earthquake, so Fire Fang, actually yeah, Fire Fang's much better coverage than Thunder Fang, actually, now that I'm talking about it. Unfortunate. But it comes with a Focus Band, not quite sure why, but I guess it does. And what else does it say about these? Oh yeah, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, sure. Shows it evolving into Dusk form, Lycanroc. Pretty nice. Really hope this doesn't get claimed. That'd really ruin my day. Oh yeah, then it goes into the Z move, I believe. Oh yeah, you can read that. A unique Z move for Lycanroc. And I was wrong a second ago when I said it was whatever it was called on Cerebi. It is instead called Splintered Storm Shards, which, along with Clangorous Soul Blaze for Komodo, I have to say, they're not the best names, I do have to say. But either way, it looks insane. Look at these little worry lines. Tapu Koko looks upset. Yep, shows it basically just a giant Stealth Rock Stone Edge combination, pretty much. Let me find... Oh yeah, right here. So the footage from the game, when it showed Lycanroc Dusk on a ledge, and then it leaping, doing a flip, and doing whatever, that's in the Z move animation. And as I said earlier, you can do it with dusk form, you can do it with midday form or midnight form. They have different backgrounds for all of them, which I think is really cool. Like, that's really cool. Although you can clearly see, I mean, dusk form is basically, like everybody said, just kind of a reskin of midday form with a rock on its face. That's about it. Alright, what else we got here? We have the stones originally pointing up, they end up pointing toward Tapu Koko and smashing down on it while you're clapping your hands. And they must have done their calcs, because it did not kill, but the electricity disappeared. And like I said, gets rid of the terrain, which is super, super nice for competitive play. VGC, I definitely think that Komo's signature Z move and this signature Z move are going to be very, I wouldn't say super common, but you're going to see them. I can almost guarantee it. And then probably the biggest announcement, the biggest, absolute biggest announcement of the, in my opinion, as a person who was watching it for Pokemon, I have to put my face cam here, because I can't not have my face cam for this. New Ultra Beasts. Everybody was crapping on Pokemon, on Game Freak, Nintendo, whatever, because they were like, oh, new Pokemon? You're just giving us new forms of Necrozma. There's a new Pokemon right there, all you haters. Get out of here. So we have two new Ultra Beasts. One's exclusive to Ultra Sun, one's exclusive to Ultra Moon. This one is UB Assembly, exclusive to Pokemon Moon. Let's see if it'll show the whole body. Basically, it looks sort of just like a tower with some legs. And it has various eyes on its body. Like, I think you could see there was one more, like, toward, yeah, like, there's one right there down the bottom. Those all kind of look like eyes. But it shows, you know, this is clearly, you know, when you're finding it in the wild, because it's got the boost, you know, glow animation. Like the totem glowing animation. I believe it shows it using Iron Defense. Yeah, right there. So that's it using Iron Defense, which is pretty cool. And, you know, that's not super important. Other than the fact that, I mean, clearly looking at it, you would think that it gets Iron Defense. If I had to guess, I mean, some of the Ultra Beasts have fairly obvious typings, like Buzzwole, fairly obvious typing. Pheromosa is at least obviously a bug type, whether you see it's a fighting type or not. Kartana, by looking at it, you can pretty much tell it's a steel type. The grass type, maybe not. Celesteela, you can pretty much tell it's a steel type. But then there's ones like Nihilego, where I really would not have seen that as a rock poison type. So, tentatively, I want to say this is a rock steel type. I definitely think it's at least a rock type, just because we already have two steel type Ultra Beasts. So I don't think that would really give us a third. And the reason why I think it's using, or why they show it using a move at all, not specifically Iron Defense, but using a move at all, is because when I get to the next one, which is UB Burst, which is sort of like a Harlequin disco ball looking thing. And I do like this one much, much better, so I am kind of sad that I pre-ordered Ultra Moon. While I did get both last time, I don't know. That's just money I don't have right now, especially since I am getting a new computer. And there's a ton of other games that I saw in the Direct that I really want to get. So we'll see. Maybe it'll show it. It's gotta show it. Yep, there's the burst animate, or like the boosting glow thing. And the reason why geez, what was it called? I don't even remember. Assembly, UB Assembly was important. Using a move was important, was because of this. Got it. That might be some kind of animation, but basically it takes its head, kind of throws it around, and then it like blows up and it gets another one, I believe is what happened. Yeah. Now, the reason I think it's very important that UB Assembly was shown using a move was that, like, when Nintendo does things like this where they showcase two new things, or two, like, related things, they will often show them doing the same things. Like a good example is when you just saw Lycanroc, not Lycanroc, Rockruff. It showed that the two different the two different ones that they give out for each version, one had Fire Fang, one had Thunder Fang, and then it showed immediately after that both of them using that move. So, like, when they do things like that, they like to show those things together. So I think, like, that might be a signature move for this Ultra Beast, and I don't think they would give one Ultra Beast a signature move and not all of them. So potentially we could see some Ultra Beasts having signature moves in this game. That's kind of a stretch. You know, this might just be some kind of animation, but that seems really over the top for just an attacking animation. Because I really wish that I could show it and not get copyright claimed. But that looks like an attack animation. Like, get out of here. But, like, you know, that by itself, it rolling off the head and, like, tossing it in the air, that would be fine for just, like, a normal attack animation. But I think, like, the head exploding and, like, giving off fireworks like that really is, like, kind of indicative to me that that seemed like a signature move. And it seemed like... I might have to rewatch it again. But it sounded like it made the super effective sound, like when you use a super effective move. So maybe this is a ghost type. If I had to guess, I would say maybe it's a ghost type, just based on, or maybe with the fireworks, maybe it's a fire type. We don't have a fire type Ultra Beast yet, so that would be kind of dope. And being the fireworks, that makes sense too. I believe that's all it. Yeah, that's all there was in this direct. So I'm super excited. Let me see if there was anything else on here that I did not say. Not really. There was one thing that I did forget to mention until, like, I was at the very end of this video. So you'll hear me talk for, like, a quick second and then mention a weird cut, and that's what this is. I could not find it in the Cerebi video, but in the direct there was a very short clip, and I'm probably not even going to get the direct to come up tonight just because their servers are going to be packed. But there was one scene. If you remember the scene where Lusamine, well, you are at the Aether Paradise, and Lusamine, so you, Lusamine, and Hao are watching Nahaligo come through the Ultra Wormhole into the Aether Paradise. There was a scene very, very similar to that. Actually, frankly, that exact scene was in the direct with you in your new clothes. I think it was Hao. I honestly was not paying that much attention. I was more looking at what was coming out of the Ultra Wormhole. But it was at least you, Lusamine, probably How. It did not show what was coming out of the Ultra Wormhole, just that it was there. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means. There's been talk of... I was watching... What did I watch? I was watching some videos from The King Nappy. Like his reactions to some of... I think the last direct or the last series of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon videos that they put out. And he was talking about, like... maybe an idea that he had, which I saw no evidence for. No offense, Nappy. That, I mean, you're never gonna see this anyway. But he said that, like, he had heard somewhere, or he got this theory that Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are like a different story that takes place concurrently with Sun and Moon. Like, you are a different character in the same, like, world of Sun and Moon, like, while the events of Sun and Moon are happening. So while your character in Sun and Moon is dealing with the whole thing with, you know, Solgaleo, Lunala, Nabi, Aether Foundation, whatever, this character from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's doing their own thing and dealing with Necrozma while that's happening. I saw no evidence for it, and that scene by itself pretty much says that that's not a thing. This is a whole new story based in... I'm assuming just a completely different timeline than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, or than Sun and Moon. I get them. Don't listen to me. So just that scene itself seems a little... I think that's going to cause probably some of the most probably controversy of any of it, of any of like the Pokemon footage from the Direct, or this like Cerebi footage that they put out on their Nintendo. So anyway, back to what I filmed before. So now that I've taken up probably at this point probably at least 20 minutes of your life about Pokemon stuff from the Direct, I'm going to talk about the non-Pokemon stuff from the Direct just because I'm a Nintendo fan in general. So if you only wanted to see the Pokemon stuff, feel free to tap out now. Metroid comes out, Metroid Samus Returns comes out, I think, next week for 3DS, and it looks like it's a side-scroller, which I'm generally not a fan of, but the art and the graphics of it look fantastic. So I might end up picking it up maybe around Christmas time. Maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas. Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch. They first showcased it in the Direct for 3DS, and I'm like, man, this looks really good for a 3DS game, like graphics-wise. And then they said that there was going to be put out on the Switch as well. It's coming out October 20th. That looked really, really good as well. So I may end up picking it up. I've never played a Fire Emblem game. As much as I love like strat-heavy games, I've never played Fire Emblem. So that might be something that I want to get into at some point. Probably even with all the Pokemon stuff that was going on, probably the single thing that I was most impressed with in the entire Direct, all 45 minutes of it, was the trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That blew my mind. I am absolutely getting that game. Next time I go to GameStop, probably sometime next week, I'm going to pre-order that game now. I did not play Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I want to say it was only... I'm going to look it up. I want to say it was a Japan-only game, but I'm probably wrong. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. Initially released in Japan in 2010, was later released in Europe in 2011, in North America 2012. Alright, so I was in fact wrong. But still, either way, it looks really, really good. It looks beautiful. It looks like, honestly, probably I think the art looks like on par, if not better, than Breath of the Wild, if that tells you anything. Let's see, what else was there? That comes out December 1st of this year, so we don't have to wait too long. Morphe's Law, a shooter that's going to be a Switch exclusive. That looked pretty good. Basically, like, there's two teams, and say, like, there's, like, a red team and a blue team, and it's, like, a robot shooter, so you're not actual people. But, like, say you shoot, like, the legs of your opponent. Why did my monitor just go weird? Say you shoot like the legs of your opponent, their legs will get smaller and your legs will get bigger. And as you get like bigger body parts, you can do different things. So like if you have bigger legs, you can jump higher. You can even like use that strat. You can like shoot your teammates all over to make them smaller, so they can fit in places that you can't. So I think it seems like a really good, like really strat heavy shooter. That's like really innovative, and I think it looks really good. I think it just said later. I think it said around holiday 2008 or 2017, so we can look forward to that. Skyrim for the Switch comes out on the same day as Pokemon Sun Ultra Moon. I don't know why that took me so long. November 17th. I'm super hyped for it. Even though hopefully by then I'll have my PC built. Yeah, I guarantee by then I'll have my PC built, and I can just get the updated, like, deluxe edition or whatever it's called, enhanced, I don't remember, on my PC, because if you had Skyrim originally and you, on Steam when they released the expanded version, enhanced version, whatever you want to call it, you could download that for free. Unfortunately, this POS PC cannot handle it. So I've had to wait almost like a year at least since that happened. Wolfenstein 2 has come to Switch. I think that looks really good. I did not play Wolfenstein 1, but Wolfenstein 2 seems really, really good. And then they had a really interesting game. It's sort of in like a pre-development right now. It's called Project Octopath Traveler. It's sort of like a... What did they call it? They called it like HD 2D, I think is what they called it. But basically, it's sort of like a RPG where you pick one of 8 characters at the start, and then it just seemed like really, really kind of innovative. I don't really know how to describe it because I've really never seen anything like it. But it's sort of like an RPG where like the overworld is like HD 3D graphics, but like your character and all the other characters and like the text and stuff is like pixel art. And me personally, I love pixel art. So I think that looks really, really good. I think the concept might need a little bit of work. But there's this demo out on Switch right now. And they're taking like surveys after, like they said, it didn't give a specific date, but it said there will be a survey. I'm assuming that you have to put in your email or something. Oh yeah, to get on the Switchy store, you have to put an email anyway. But they'll probably send you one, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks after you download the demo, and ask for your feedback, which I think is awesome. Game developers do not do that enough. So I think that looks pretty decent. And that said, early... Actually, no, I think that just said sometime in 2018. I don't really know. But anyway, those are my thoughts and impressions on the Direct / the Pokemon news of the last couple days. All you haters that have been hating on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because, oh, it's just a reskin of, you know, blah 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 blah. It's just the new Pokemon, blah 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 blah. Get over it. Okay, so far everything I've seen looks super awesome. There was one thing, actually I forgot to mention this. Actually, I'll just cut it in early in the video. So if there's a weird cut, that's what this is from. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I know the end kind of got a little rampy there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, please, please, please like and or subscribe. Leave your thoughts on the Direct below. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, I will put a link to the Direct in the description down below. I'm gonna make a note right now for myself to do that because I'll probably forget. But yeah. So thank you so much. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at ThatCoolTrainer. Until next time, smile later.